Finally, we are getting to the point, to that stage that everyone has been hopeful for or hoping for on justice for Mohbad. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to prepare yourselves for this one. It is going to be a roller coaster. As you all know, justice for Mohbad came with a lot, and I mean a lot and a lot of intrigues. In fact, it got people kind of thinking, are we going to get justice or we will not be getting justice? It got a lot of people bothered. They are kind of like, what is the way forward? What is the way out? Is there something that we will eventually are we really going to get justice? That's the point. Some people have cried, some people have worried themselves to a point where depression started coming in. It started setting in. Well, I don't need you to think too far because, like I said, where we are expecting to arrive, we've finally arrived there. I want you to prepare yourself for this roller coaster. It is going to be serious. It's going to be a serious journey. On this journey that we all, I'm talking about the justice seekers, this journey of progress. Let me put it that way. So, well, Yomi Fabi and other people came on Justice for Mohbad, and they actually they put in their heart into it, and they said to themselves, we must, it is a matter of necessity, it is something that has to be. They said we must and we must and we will get justice for Mohbad. And I was kind of taken aback at the intensity put into justice for Mohbad, particularly from people who have nothing to do with Mohbad. I mean, they don't know who Mohbad is. They've never had anything whatsoever. They don't even have thoughts about who Mohbad is. But they kind of like connected to the plight of Mohbad. And they said to themselves, it's time for us as human beings to quickly do something. Let us do something. Let us move in with alacrity. Let us push and press. Let us fulfill what we as human beings are supposed to fulfill. The birth of justice for Mohbad, it can be likened to what came up during NSARS. When NSARS came up, a lot of people, and when I say a lot of people got involved. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for this roller coaster. I do not want to give you any hint whatsoever on what you're about to experience. What you're about to experience is bombshell. It is unbelievable. Your ears will be full. Now, you realize where we are on justice for Mohbad. If we are heading towards positivity, if we are heading towards progress, in this, you will be finding out. You'll be finding out if it is just a joke. What got released some couple of minutes ago will blow your mind. You will have faith. Of course, surely you will. Like and share, please. Tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Let's get right into it.
Arrogant, anti-justice. They believe men are scum. They will tell you men are scum. Some people, some of them, are the ones that took the life of their wives. They believe women are troublesome. They are not meant to even be in a relationship. So they will look at it and say, anywhere they just want to say, no, that person deserves to die the way he was unalive, and the person you are accusing, even if you accuse even Mohbad himself, they will tell you Mohbad is right to die himself. They are just not interested for the system to actually get justice for that victim. So they are there, not because they They don't like justice. But when it comes to that kind of a particular case, because it is what they have done before, and they believe they have reason to have done what they did, they believe whoever took Mohbad's life must have the same similar reason. That vendetta, dirty mindset that and anybody to back your and to break out or and to love for you and to shake and to support love woman and to support shaking. They will just go ahead and they will oppose anything that has to do with justice. You can now picture them, or that will make me to say there are subsection, or I give it another category, because the other category of such people are the mental anti-justice. Those ones, or they can call them the sick anti-justice. They are just mentally unbalanced. Justice lately. Those ones, you'll find them again. Because it's anti-justice. They are shameless, they have no pedigree, they have no dignity, and they are faceless. Those are the kind of people you also find that are those are the category of anti-justice that you'll also be seeing. You'll be looking at, why is this person supporting where they fight somebody today? And the next thing, they will still find them, they will say they want to come out. They have been sick upstairs. They have mental problem, but they don't know. They have been depressed. So any public discourse, you will find them. They just want to be loud. They want to be seen. So anything they do, it will be causing justice to be delayed or not to even come true. But that is the only thing they can do. So it's going to be so terrible that you now look at yourself that, am I stable? They are the unstable ones. So we can actually categorize them as the sick or mental anti-justice crusaders. You know, you can put them as that category of anti-justice that they are, because they are not even the body one, like mental wise, they are lost. But you would think that they are sane. You would think they are well. You would think they are okay, because one washer, one fistache, one was tie, one was on the camera. I don't know, access the camera. They will be talking, but today, if you look at them, it is not because they are ignorant. They don't know about what's the concept of. No, they don't even know anything. They jump here and there because that is where anywhere their brain push them. She understand. I think this is what I want to say. This they just say, don't be surprised. Next week you might find them saying another thing that will be, unbalanced. So the sick and the mental anti-justice are also the categories of people that you will meet, and then you will see that how many people are, where do I really stand, and where do I see myself in any of this? And then when you look at these major categories, if you don't see where you fit in, then certainly you are seeking justice or you are not doing anything, because at the end of the day, the other aspects of anti-justice, which you cannot hold against people, it's their prerogative. Naturally, everybody should be a student or a crusader of justice, but in a particular case, but not in all cases. And that is why I would excuse them. Anybody can choose not to even get involved in justice for Mohbad, but they love justice. They will fight for justice wherever they say it. But in this particular movement, these ones are the ones that they are the silent or unconcerned anti-justice. They just don't want to do anything. They are just observing. Whether you are fighting for justice, they don't care. Whether you are not fighting for justice, they will go to anybody's page. They will support them on their page. They will observe. They will send gifts. Whether you are fighting for justice, they will send gifts. Whether they will tell you, I'm not interested in what you guys are doing. I am just here to watch. We don't judge. We learn. We don't judge, or we watch. They don't judge anybody. and then you look at it and say, what if it happens to your son? They will say, I want justice. Or when it happens to another person, I'm not interested. What about those people that are opposing justice for Mohbad? I can't judge them. I don't know whether what they are doing is right or wrong. I can't judge them. What about those that are fighting for justice? I can't judge them. I'm not interested. I just want to gift. I just want to go to any platform. So they just there. And at the end of the day, in the real sense, they are anti-justice, because when you do nothing, you enable oppressors and perpetrators to go free. So you have to do something. There is nothing like you can't do something. You must do something. It's either you are doing anti-justice or you are doing justice. But when it's come neutral, like, I am not doing anything. I'm not fighting for justice and I'm not opposing justice. Those ones, in the real sense, they are anti-justice. And that category of people, they are also very much available in a movement like this Mohbad. They listen to Mohbad's music. They love his music. They are a fan of Mohbad, but they are not interested in antagonizing those that don't want Mohbad to get justice. They love Mohbad's music. In fact, they will sing Mohbad's entire album, word for word. They play it almost every day. But where they see anybody trying to block justice for Mohbad, they don't care. They don't even know whether that is what they are doing. Their own is, papa, they click, they like. When they see people fighting that Mohbad should get justice, papa, they click. Those ones, they are one of the worst anti-justice you can ever see. They are also there. They are prevalent and they are obvious and they are seen amongst us in this particular movement. So when you deal, it goes on and on and on. But these limited ones that I've just brought out, expatiate upon, you can now see certainly that whatever it is, you now go back and search your mind. Which category of anti-justice do I belong? Or I have been mistakenly finding myself. Am I just being used and I didn't know? Those are the ignorant agents. They don't know they are being used. They don't know they are actually anti-justice. They just realize that they only do things that they push them. They switch, press the button around. They just want to say, let me see how they lack principle. So only the justice movement is justice seeker. And it don't follow and it don't lead. It's still justice seeker. And it don't fund. And it don't struggle. They are justice seekers. And it don't morally volunteer. They are justice seekers. They won't do anything that will put them in the category of anti-justice. They understand that while I'm a justice seeker, I don't have the power of decision making. So that doesn't mean that when they make decisions and it doesn't go well, because I want to show that I have workings, you start condemning the person that made the decision, forgetting that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Until that person knows that my own kind of justice, with the way I am now, with the knowledge I have, I cannot but appreciate this person in the position of decision making. It is not automatic. It might take that decision and it work well. If it fails, I will continue to support, because the intention and the things I'm seeing is that this person is still working towards getting justice. So if that decision fails, or if that step taken by this person goes wrong, if he doesn't have iota of anti-justice, then definitely I will continue to support. He is still seeking justice. So, I forgot to add double agents, or it's still the same thing, agents. I've said this is right. Those agents, they use them as double agents. That's where they become double agents. They will be part of people here and they will be selling information to the other side. So those are the categories. So when you see that while the person is making mistake and they ask you what happened there, it's classified. It's classified. Or why do you think he did that? Kilo Sheto, I can't tell you. You can ask him. He made the decision. He is the leader. But the moment you are now sharing information to the people that contracted you, on the other side, you are already anti-justice. Because information yet to the other side, they will want to use it against the leadership to share mistake. So those agents of anti-justice, they are double agents in real sense. They are spies. They are either they are there and they are also there. They are here and they are there. In fact, to detect them, you will need to be very, very careful and meticulous in how you notice them, because they know what they are doing. They want to satisfy people here, and they want to satisfy people that they know what they are looking for is what's to hurt the movement. And in this justice for Mohbad, the other kind of anti-justice that I'm yet to touch on, they are the rival anti-justice. They are rivals or competitors. You can call them the competitors. They are, again, the worst anti-justice. Competitors. And they become competitors in the sense that while they are pursuing justice to this side and another person is pursuing to that side, when they realize that, oh, what are they doing to get justice on the other side? Are people paying attention to what they're doing there? Even when what they are doing is even superior, because they don't want people to pay attention to the other side, they will look for agents to say, go and let me see what they are doing there. And they will ensure that, no, we want justice for Mohbad, but we don't want that justice to come through that route. And they will do everything to actually destroy where fairness and just establishment can be achieved on the other side. You are already an anti-justice. Because in quest for justice and human rights activism, there is no room for rivalry. Because everybody have got their place, they have got their assignments, and they've got their template. All we need, all justice seekers, what they do is to cushion one another's efforts. What are they doing there? Let's support you to amplify it. Because if we create different pathway to justice, it will give the enemies a serious work to do. So instead of trying to tear this one down, wherever you are tearing down, the perpetrator of the crime, I want to Mohbad because it is chef 1 year, and that is where you see that the people that took Mohbad's life, they are not the ones sponsoring things that were obstructing justice for Mohbad. They are not even aware. They don't know. But when they see the effort of the competitors, they quickly what? They go into it and buy into it as well. Ìyẹn lè máa ń pè tẹ́ máa sọ pé wọ́n rán àṣàsí sí wọn láàrin. Ó lè wá work kó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó pa Mohbad yẹn, they will go spiritual and they will say, don't worry. Since there are two sides already seeking justice for Mohbad, the best way to deny justice for Mohbad is to create confusion amongst them. Come back, gbọ́ra wọn yé. Nígbà tó bá ti gbọ́ra wọn tẹ́lẹ̀ try láti bring it down. Báwo lọ ìfẹ́ débi tán lọ? So don't even stress yourself. Just go to restaurants, be eating. Travel, go on yash. Even when both of them know that you are the perpetrator of the crime. But how can both of you know that this is the person you are fighting and you are fighting yourself? How can you get close to the person that you are meant to even get seeking justice against? Because what both of you will be doing will kill the justice movement. So if it is coming from a side and the other side is saying, I don't want distraction, it will still slow it down. Òun ló fà tó yẹ pé kò need the ká ti ṣe wàhálà púpọ̀. And tó bá jẹ́ pé spiritually ló fẹ́ go through, ogun tó fi ń create division ò tiẹ̀ wọ́n. Àjàntúkà àǹtàgbàdì or àìrójú ara yẹ̀ dá sí wọn láàrin. So there are some agents that they just look for, there is low self-esteem. They look at it and say, this person sounds brilliant. He has better. So naturally they just want to what? Bring whatever the other person is doing. So they will be telling you, can you imagine? I am fighting for justice, but you are fighting for justice, but you are not happy with what the other person are doing that are doing better, or because they have upper hand. And everything you are doing, you want to gather information everywhere to suppress and to obstruct what the other side are doing so that it will favor only you. You will never get to where you are going when it comes to justice. Or normally there is always competition. Coca-Cola will do adverts to promote their own products, but make it look like Pepsi is not at their level. That is for market. That is for commerce. And that is what is not acceptable in the business of justice. It is not acceptable. Coca-Cola, if it is business of justice, Coca-Cola must be supporting Pepsi. Pepsi must be supporting Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola must not see Pepsi truck going to deliver and then drive past it and say, what is my own? You want to go and deliver to 100 customer in Ajegule, and I wanted to target the same 100 customer, and your vehicle spoil on the road. Coca-Cola will even ignore it. They must not even see Coca-Cola truck trying to tow Pepsi truck because it's broke down on the road. The manager will say, I'm sacking you. You are both targeting 100 customers. Pepsi truck went ahead of you. And Owadojo on the truck in Pepsi ti dákúlẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ kó ọjà tó fẹ́ lọ kó fáwọn tó fẹ́ lọ fi canvas àwọn 100 tí wọ́n náà ń wá lọ. Owa dúró, owa ẹ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀. In the game of justice, you must wait. So, yes, in the game of justice, there must never be conflict of interest. It must be interest. If you have a lower hand and this one has the upper hand, if you cannot help them to push them forward, don't be the impediment. Don't look for things that you will throw on their way. That is not seeking justice. It is plain anti-justice. Anti-justice in this case of Mohbad, it is a battle against Mohbad, against the grave, against those of his likes that have suffered injustice. And it will turn around and become a karma and consequence on all these categories of anti-justice when the least expect. And that is why it is very important that all this kind of notion, perception, you avoid them. Looking for lacunas, things, it doesn't make sense. You must purge your mind. You must be so liberal that you will know the limit of what you can actually emit into a struggle. As a matter of fact, I must round this up and say that whoever is saying, I just want to be sponsoring now, or whoever is saying, I just want to volunteer, might be the eventual leader of the struggle because he or she refused to be looking for the downfall of whoever is leading them. Instead, he or she will be learning kini ẹni tó lead yẹn kí ló ṣe tó fi ṣe mistake, kí ló take wa kini damages to cause for that mistake before we could correct it, so that kò ní mọ̀ pé gbogbo àtàwọn tóun notice ẹ̀ tóun rò pé ẹ jẹ́ ká lé dànù, ẹ jẹ́ ká bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́, or kí lọ sell information fún àwọn other side àwọn tí ò like ẹ̀ àbáwọn tó fẹ́ yẹ pé àwọn náà fẹ́ jẹ́ pé àwọn máa just. If you eventually calm down and say, okay, the leadership will tell you, this is where I made a mistake, or this is what I was doing. Oh, Jesus. Because in the game of justice, end game is the most crucial thing. It is not what you see every week is the result. In the game and pursuit of justice, or a case like this Mohbad, what is important is progress. Are we moving forward? Are we shedding spotlights? Are we unraveling things? Because the code that we turn to success, the definition of success will come from the end game. So if you are leading a movement and you don't have an end game, you will be talking as if you must be judging on every step taken, thinking that every step should be so definite. òun lè ṣe máa rí páwọn míì wọ́n ti gbégbèsè báyìí wọ́n ní kíní kan wọ́n tí ì rí ṣe wọ́n náà máa jáde. Do you understand the end game? Do you know if there is a bargain? Do you know if the 35 do they want in here? And they will always put a timeline. They are not the ones fighting the struggle. They are not the ones sacrificing. And they will be putting a timeline to your end game. Those ones, they fall into a serious category of anti-justice. In a movement and a struggle that you don't have, it's just like Nelson Mandela. Because that is a typical example you must know. Nelson Mandela end game is that, come what may, if I don't die in this prison, I will not accept a bargain that I should go out and leave the struggle. Do you want to punish me? You have sentenced me to life imprisonment, no problem. Guys, those of you outside, the struggle continues. Don't back down. I have an end game. The end game is that they will have no choice to allow this real traditional South Africans to take over the country. And when they do, my end game is that the thing that they don't understand, our message is not that we are saying go out of our country. Our message is that equality, both black and white South Africans must have the equal rights in South Africa. But the message they are fighting against them is that they are saying white South Africans are superior than black South African. So the end game is, I will not accept anything contrary. And the people that doesn't like Mandela, they were campaigning. Can you see? Did he achieve it? Anti-apartheid, anti-apartheid. The equality in South Africa. Are South Africans not equal? Are South Africans not equal? I can tell you for free. Now that Mandela got that freedom, the first black president of South Africa was Nelson Mandela. Look at the age he became president. Look at, there is unity in the government. Black and white are in South African parliament and all of that in government. Today, some of those blacks that their parents opposed Mandela, their children and children, they are in the slum. One feel one gold, and they are suffering, and they are not seeing this, the fruitness and the sweetness of South Africa. Even when Mandela left, because their parents choose to stand and play the role of anti-justice, and they enjoyed it. But they suffered it because till they died, till they left, they were treated as second in South Africa. And when Mandela fought and was working on the end game, he achieved it after 27 years. At the end of the day, their children are still being treated as slaves in the South Africa that is now equal. South Africans they marry, ton she leya kakiri, ton da be South Africa la no. She Mandela osila, osila na won Nigeria. Because 27 years, their parents were after Mandela. Go and check the history. As a matter of fact, the moment Yawo Mandela thought he drove from 27 years to hold the struggle, the moment she switched into anti-apartheid again, Mandela felt like, you stood by me, my wife. And the moment they granted me the freedom, they told me, okay, now we want to accept what you are fighting for. We'll give the freedom for everybody to be equal in South Africa. But if we make you the president, will you hurt the whites and the people that put you in prison? He said, no. I will show to you that everybody are meant to live together equally, and I will put the past behind. They released Mandela eventually. After they've tapped his prison, they want to know what is his mindset. End game when show Tony Kilofe achieve. They realize that his end game is a South Africa of equality. Lo and behold, they released Mandela. And the wife, said no. These people hurt you for 27 years. They put you in prison. They didn't allow me to enjoy you as my husband. You are the one I love. I am not going to accept. And then she actually sponsored an attack on the white community again. And she was still Mandela's wife then. But because that action will hurt Mandela's endgame that will give freedom and equality that he sacrificed for. Mandela felt, it's not because I don't appreciate your stance, your endurance. You were fighting for me while I was in detention. Every time you visit, no cess, nothing for 27 years. I am sorry. I will have to divorce you, because that is the only way. These people that gave me the freedom and that want to give me the leadership of South Africa, that is the only way they can understand that I am not bitter. I am not asking for this struggle because I want to be bitter against the white. And I want to show that bitterness against one another has no place in the quest for this kind of justice I'm fighting. And that is one of the major reasons why Mandela parted ways with the first wife that stood so many years fighting for the anti-apartheid while Mandela was waiting for the end game. So these people, they will come around. Every step you take, they will analyze it and want to condemn it that it doesn't bring results. They are anti-justice, because no real justice seekers will be drawing conclusion on every step and looking for the failure. As a matter of fact, everybody, you have to cut people some slack. You allow them to move. You have allowed the thing to naturally to materialize. Kotoba is okay. Let me draw my conclusion. But when you see them already coming out, they are not just distraction. They are destructive anti-justice. Their job is just as an agent of double agent. They will be sounding like they are interested in justice, but everything that they are doing, because they are so premature, so ill-timed, it is causing a serious setback to the movement. And the people that actually took Mohbad's life will be saying, oh, this is a kind of distraction and, the kind of opposition I want for this, because it will be creating a lot of setback. And the person that took Mohbad will say, even if they all know that I did it, they won't even get to, because people that want to get to me, they are even using themselves to deny or to slow the person down. And that way is what you are seeing. Those that took Mohbad's life, they are the one after the life. But as God will have it, he will laugh last. Will at least, for everyone's sake, will laugh the best. So I don't know which category or whatever it is that people are doing, openly or secretly. You search yourself. Which category do I really belong? Am I one of those that I don't even know I was hurting justice movement, but I thought, oh, I am a justice seeker. I want justice for bad. But everything you are doing, it's all well and good. Everybody should look back and say, what have I done? Have I done the right thing? And I hope I've not wasted, I didn't take much time. I hope I didn't take much time host. So I want to honorably say that to round up this particular class and lecture, that don't look for perfect justice seeker. Look for passionate justice seekers, and search your conscience while you're fighting for justice, and know your place in every struggle. Everybody should not be running for the front row. Whatever role you are playing, everybody has got one tag. If you are doing the right thing, you are a justice seeker, you are an activist, and you are pursuing the cause of humanity. And that role might not be your permanent role. It could be preparing you for leadership role. If you are patient, if you're understanding, you will learn on the job and get the best out of the whole struggle. So I want to say thank you all for listening. And in this particular case of justice for Mohbad, trust me, there are so many progress, there are so many efforts that are shaking up the fiber of the anti-justice, that are shaking up the cloud of secrecy. Many things has been exposed. And the first and the bigger pathway is for direction. It's for people to know that things that have been hidden, tí ò ṣojú gbogbo wa, tá mọ̀ bí tó wà, if we can shake it up and now it is coming to the open, that is one of the surest pathway and progress in getting justice. At least you will know where to now channel your energy. Compared to when you don't know where to channel your energy, you are just saying justice for Mohbad, justice for Mohbad. Then they ask you, where, how? Where do we look into? What can you should look here, you should look here. Are you sure? But now we are beginning to have certain, places to touch and say, in this place, we are looking for this. In this place, this is what we're looking for. And when we persist, because if you have a serious end game, it will eventually be fruitful. And at the end, and I pray eventually that when we get this justice for Mohbad, it will not stop by massaging the interests of Mohbad and those around him that want justice only. It will help other innocent Nigerians, and it will help the Nigerian society to reposition and expand their horizon in the quest and promotion of justice and promotion of the frontiers of human rights. And justice for Mohbad, I can tell you for free, is coming and is very close. And it will meet you and I live and healthy. So I'm open to questions, and I thank you for this opportunity. I mute my mic now.
But àwọn abiyamọ kan wà tó jẹ́ pé nínú mo sì rí ẹni tó sunkún pẹ̀lú mi lánàá tó ń sunkún pé ṣé mo dẹ̀ rò pé justice mo ní nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ Kristi àti tó lọ́n sọ pé tọ́kù Yomi ti promise wa mo ní mọ́mí ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹ má wọrí asata náà mo sọ èmi fúnra mi gan sunkún lánàá because ìgbà tó stage kan mo ń wò pé ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò ti dàrú báyìí bọ̀ nípa oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run aṣáàánú wa. Yes sir, I really want to appreciate you because àwọn kan wà tó jẹ́ pé láàárọ̀ yìí ẹ̀kọ́ tó kọ́ yìí wọn ò lè fowó rà wọn ò lè fi owó rà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré stop recording yẹn because mo máa sódà agídí tó jẹ́ pé á pèsè ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ bọ̀ kò ní òye pé èèyàn ò kì í bá ẹ̀gbọ́n tó jù lọ́jà ọtí tí mo wá dé tí mo ṣàrí pé ìgbà tí mo tún wá dé ìjà yẹn wọn yẹn tún wá lé mo wá pe dádì wọn the first thing tí dádì wọn sọ ni pé òun bá ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ jà ó mọ̀ pé ègún ni kéèyàn máa bá ẹ̀gbọ́n èèyàn jà pé ṣé kò ka sórí Kéènì àti Abel ni. Yes sir, èmi gan tí mo jẹ́ àbúrò mo ti ṣe mistake because mo believe pé mo ní egungun ju ẹ̀gbọ́n mi lọ ń gbà yẹn mo máa bá wọn jà máa ṣe òye yẹn ṣe wá padà sí mi lóye so gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ń ṣe ń gbà yẹn kò dáa. Yes sir, mi mọ̀ bóyá get nǹkan tí mo sọ yìí so there are mistakes tó jẹ́ pé so many of us tá a máa ṣe tá a ní mọ̀ pé mistake là ń ṣe okay àbúrò ń bẹ̀gbọ́n ìjà ó believe pé wẹ̀ mo ti ga tó ẹ a lè bára wa jà a lè exchange blow but in the right sense.
Ìlera sí family issue bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ti yẹ yín mo ṣe dákẹ́.
Ẹ ṣàkíyèsí family issue mo ń tẹ́ àti bring ẹ pé àwọn mistakes kan wà tá a máa ń ṣe tá a mọ̀ pé mistake now ìgbà tẹ́mi ń bẹ̀gbọ́n mi jà mo believe pé normal ti pé torí pé mo léegun but ọkọ mi jẹ́ kó yé mi pé ó dá mi padà sínú story Cain and Abel ibi tíjà wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n àti àbúrò kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó tọ́ so that is pé òye nǹkan téèyàn ò ní ibi tí mo lọ nìyẹn sà òye some people may be in this justice and they believe that okay justice tí mo ń ṣe justice but òye àwọn nǹkan míì tó ń ṣe tó jẹ́ pé they are falling into the categories of the anti-justice but they don't know wọn ò mọ̀ ní.
So sọ pé they are ignorant anti-justice torí pé tí ó bá máa dé stage yẹn náà nígbà tí èèyàn fẹ́ wá nǹkan kúrò nílẹ̀ ni ẹ fẹ́ wá epo níbo lẹ fẹ́ wá sí.
kò yí sí.
báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ ẹ kò lè sọ pé ẹkọ̀ dépo ẹkọ̀ àti dépo ẹkọ̀ gbéga no ibi tá a dé steps to take to make sure things are done right. èmi ti wà mí lọ́kàn kọ́ pariwo anything Nàìjíríà kọ́ sọ anything má gẹ̀mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ni àtìlẹ̀ mo sọ mo ní I am coming back for my son. Èèyàn ní rìnrìn tó fẹ́ rìn yẹn kó tọwọ́ bẹ ibi tí tọmọ ẹ tó ṣù mí ní sọ́jú yẹn lẹ́jẹ́ àṣà máa fò lọ ẹjẹ́ máa bẹ́rí àníyàn lọ. And at the end of the day èmi nǹkan ẹ̀kọ́ tí ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ ni pé kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní lọ́wọ́ ni pé I'm an activist tóun ṣe ohun orúkọ yín ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n tó orúkọ ẹ ó wà lára orúkọ ẹ wà lára àwọn tó wà ní ara Mohbad nínú bọ́dì tó wà ní mọ́ṣúárì yẹn nínú bọ́dì tó ti rì bọnú ilẹ̀ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀jẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ ikú tó pa èèyàn kan wá ń sọ fún yín pé babaláwo lòun èèyàn kan sọ fún yín pé ọlọ́pàá lòun, èèyàn kan sọ fún yín pé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì lòun, pé kò sí ni Mohbad ò ní rí justice, èèyàn kan sọ fún yín pé pásítọ̀ lòun, ẹ sọ fún pé wọ́n ti sí kò tí ì kú, ẹ sọ fún wọn pé ẹ ní wáyé rere mọ́, ẹ ní sínú ayé mọ́, because the truth will come out. Ẹ síbẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀
ó
nípa
máa
ìta
surprise wọn níjọ́ táṣìírí bá tú.
so ohun tí ò yé wọn ọ ti gbàgbé pé ẹni dẹ̀ tàtú orúkọ gbọ́ asáré, ó pọ́n wa lé, ó fún wa ní jíjẹ, ó ti ṣe ètùtù yẹn sílẹ̀ pé tẹ́ bá wá dà mí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ kayé já ẹjẹ́ a máa wò, ẹ wo bí ẹjọ́ sì máa gbádùn, ó ń bọ̀ wá Ọlọ́run ò tí ì dé tán.
wàhálà ìtàlẹ̀ mú bọ̀ Ọlọ́run, ẹni tó kú síta gan-an ó rí òṣèré tó kọ́kùnrin tó wá kú sínú yàrá ẹ̀ tó kú sínú ilé ẹ̀ ẹni tó kú.
Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for a roller coaster on justice for Mohbad. You will be experiencing some kind of tremor, you will be experiencing some unbelievable injustice for Mohbad. I mean, you will be seeing for yourselves for the first time certain moves that will shock you. It will make you wonder. It will make you want to you will want to look at it again. Yeah, you want to look at it and then ask yourselves questions. And you heard what our guest said. He did say a lot. I mean, come on, let us be sincere. Let us. Can you imagine? Can you imagine so far? Can you imagine so far what we've been experiencing on justice for Mohbad? How certain persons have they made sure and provided themselves, they made themselves enemy of progress, enemy of progress. They made sure that nobody at all, they tried to break our resolve. They tried to break our hope, but they cannot, because we kept on pressing. We kept on pushing. We said to ourselves, it is either justice or nothing. They looked at us and they felt we are just there for nothing. To them, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? They believed within themselves that after a while, maybe, who knows, we will just lose faith, lose hope, and maybe we will turn our back on justice, and maybe we will just not do anything anymore. But we did not stop. We didn't stop. We kept pressing. Now, Yomi Fabi has broken down some of the, that's a lot. He has broken down some of the experiences and what he has learned so far on his journey. He has talked about South Africa, Mandela, and how Mandela saw and made moves, how Mandela did all that Mandela did, just to make sure that service for humanity, that at the end of the day, it's a sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice. And that's what we are talking about. It's a big, huge sacrifice. Many people are on justice for Mohbad, like he explained, that some of them are on justice for Mohbad, they're not there because they want justice. They just kind of found themselves there and they're like, okay, we are there, whatever, let's do whatever we want to do. plus or minus, lose, let's fake it. Whatever it is that comes out of it, so be it. Many of them are on this journey not for any reasonable purpose. They are just there to fill space. Well, he has talked about them, like, look at these people, majority of them, they are not really, they do not have integrity. They don't have integrity. Majority of them are just there to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Some of them are there to cause chaos. Some of them are there to destroy, to disrupt, and a lot of examples have been given by him. Now, some might be like, oh, what is he really saying? Is he saying all this so as to kind of make us believe that he is in the right path? Like, well, is it that you want to sacrifice for humanity, like how you expect to be sacrificed for? If something comes up, you are also hoping that human beings will rise up and do the needful for you, not necessarily because you're not alive. Yes, you're alive, and you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to sacrifice. You don't want to do anything. You just want to be in this world without adding value to anyone's. Everyone must. He has given his speech, which is a wonderful one. Like, everybody must fill in their quota. You must do something for humanity. It must be something that you wish for. It must be something that you hope for. It must be something that you are thinking about. That is basically what brought a lot of people together. It brought us together. It intertwined us together. It intertwined us together. It gave us something to think about. It gave us something to think about. If not, can you imagine a life without nobody, a life without nothing, a life without, with nobody, a life without that, with nobody caring for nobody. What a mess. A life where people act without empathy. What kind of life will it be? I think Yomi Fabi has done justice to some of these things. He dropped it like a bombshell, like how it is supposed to be dropped. He said it exactly how it's supposed to be said, which I believe strongly you also concur to it. Like, yes, this is what it is supposed to be. One cannot but applaud what he has said. It's a speech, and it is supposed to kind of awaken that is inside of you as a person, as a human being. It is supposed to awaken that is in us as people. It is supposed to give us that extra, that push within us as human being, and that's basically what it is. And that is what it should be. That's what it should be. That's it. So there is nothing much to include and to add in what Yomi Fabi has said, because majority, definitely majority of us have sold ourselves into making sure that a fellow human being gets justice, and that a fellow human being um, gets what he deserves. Gets what he deserves. That's the truth of it. Gets what he deserves. Justice. Not because like we are thinking, oh, our job only is to be looking for people that's why I've always suggested it, and I've advised, and I believe strongly that you also agree. I said, from the look of things, the first thing you should do for yourself as a person is to make sure that you are alive and that nobody unalives you. Very important. Imagine a life a life like this, a life like this, with so much wickedness, at play. Look at the manner at which Mohbad passed away. I'm sure it will get you thinking. It will get you thinking, what kind of world is this? Like, the mystery surrounding the demise of this young man, and how it all happened, and how we are all grappling with the reality of it, and how we are all struggling to process it. Like, is he going to get justice? You heard it got to a point, people lost hope. They lost hope in everything. They're like, okay, anyhow, let it be. That's it. But somehow, hope alive. Hope alive. Somehow, people still looked at it and they are like, okay, if we sit back and do nothing, then maybe, and if we take action and do the needful, maybe. But now, with the journey so far, I'm very sure that everyone knows where this is heading to, and it is simply heading into justice. That's it. It's heading into the justice that we all are seeking for. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards this. Please do drop your comments. See you in the next update.